Testing. Okay. All right. Sounds good, Mike. Thank you. Bye. And welcome to South Suburban in the quarterfinal game between our Valor Eagles and the Heritage Eagles. So we'll have the Screaming Eagles and the Eagles. We had this matchup earlier in the season. And we will go with the lines, which are a little bit different. We've got, unfortunately, Hoyt Sorensen is out 6, so a late scratch there. And we're still missing Jackson O'Donnell and Roger Stanley, although I hear comeback is imminent. The first line, we have Canapari centering that line. This is a new-look line, skating with Bodine and Charles, Maddox Charles. Second line centered by Joey Baker. He'll be skating with Max Sutter. That was also meant to be filled up by Hoyt Sorensen, and we'll see some other forwards rotate in and out of there. The next line is Gabe Fisher at center with Carson Deep and Dawson Charles, number 21. And then Ben Purchase will be centering the final line with Pop-Tart, Tarbert, and Jack Bevan, number 17. On defense, those will look familiar. We've got McKiddo skating with Gogol, and Foy skating with King, and Majors skating with Coffey. In goal, we have number 33, Lucas Jordan. Can give you some updates on some other scores earlier. East took care of the Miners pretty easily earlier on, and they will be playing in the semifinals. The winner of the Regis and PSD game, which is tonight up in NoCo, and currently playing is Cherry Creek and Monarch, and they look to be tied 2-2 right now, and we will play the winner of that game. So we are in the modified setup tonight. I got John Baker on the video with me, so thank you very much for that, John. And we will have the full audio and video setup for the subsequent games, which would include the replays, etc. But for now, we just want to bring this exciting quarterfinal action to you live from South Suburban Rink. So the boys took care of a Heritage pretty easily earlier this season, but it is playoff hockey, and anything can happen in playoff hockey. So certainly can't take these boys lightly, and we will get this underway in about 10 seconds. I'll try and call the time as often as I can, as we do not have the time on the scoreboard. So bear with us if we're not updating everything as much as we typically are, but at a minimum, you're seeing the games, you're hearing our voices, and most importantly, we're seeing these boys from Valor play some playoff hockey. Boys will collect up the pucks, set them aside, then we'll meet at center ice. Again, the quarterfinal game, you can't take this one lightly, but favorite certainly would be the Valor Eagles. And we'll see how Heritage turns. They actually took care of Chaparral, the Wolverines, on their quarterfinal game Wednesday night, 5-2, which was a really good job by Heritage in that game. I think Heritage hadn't been the best during the season, but they showed up when it counted, so maybe they're a playoff hockey team. And it looks like we will start with the Canapari line, and Canapari is skating with Bodine and Maddox, so I'll be calling him by the first name so as not to confuse Maddox and Dawson. On defense, we've got Majors, and they changed these ones up. Looks like Majors is skating with Gogol. And here we go. The boys come together at center ice, and let's get this one started. Draws one back by Canapari. Gogol back over there. Heritage slips, blows a tire. Here comes the boys on a rush. Kicked by Bodine. Maddox tries to go cross ice. That one's deflected on net. Doesn't score, but holy cow, a scoring chance quickly. Dawson goes for the forecheck there. Now Canapari, good speed there. He gets there. Bodine can't quite knock it down. Gogo regroups. He looks around, touch pass up out of Bodine's reach, and now Heritage is going to try and regroup. Send it up into the neutral zone. That's intercepted and sent down. That's no ice. And so now we'll regroup. Played by Jordan. He's going to leave it there for Majors. He has some space. He brings it up. Good pass. Leaves it to Sutter. Sutter makes his line. No, he doesn't. Now they're going back the other direction. There's Baker. He gets a stick in the way. Baker, that's Tarbert to fill out this line too. Head up, pass up to Tarbert. He's got some space. He's got two. Tarbert goes wide. Does not get a shot. Sutter pass does not connect. Good pass. Sutter can't connect with that one, though. Great pass by Tarbert. Just does not connect. Sent back in by Foy. Sent all the way back around. Heritage is going to play it. Leaves it back there. Tarbert's the first one there. Sent a little bit of help there from Baker. Sent back around to Foy. He comes up from defense, and he sends it back down in. Tarbert chips it up. No look to Heritage, and they no look past it. That is dangerous. Swing and swat. Can't get it through. Sutter tries to get it to himself. He can. Baker fakes one way. He's with it. Passes it. Gets it. Good pass back there. Sent it up top. McKinnon dances. Fakes the shot. Cross-ice pass over there. Wrong side of the stick, though, to Foy. He's lefty, and that was for a righty shot. Tarbert might have another shot. He tries to get it in deep. Fans on it, but so does that other kid. Now, tries to backhand it up. Baker was working there in the middle, too. Yeah, you can see just the pressure here from the Screaming Eagles. Good job by Deep. He was in no man's land, but he closes the gap, and Heritage manages to get it out. We're 2 minutes into this game, 15 minutes left on the scoreboard. Foy turns around, circle up to Deep, but he falls down, leaves it for one of those ladies. Two ladies on this team. Good to see them out there. They sure do play hard. Deep makes it, passes, he gets it up. There's Fisher. Shot, score! Fisher opens up the scoring. Deep to Fisher, and he was in all alone. Goes just under that glove, and just like that, the boys are up 1-0. 14:48 left on the clock in the first period, and just like that, the Eagles are up. Good job by Fisher to finish there. Good feed by Deep, and Fisher was there. Draws one back, another one just misplayed. Now Dawson's going to circle with it, organizes back to King. King looks up to Deep. Deep looking for that same combo to Fish. Doesn't quite connect, skips over his stick. Sent back down into the corner. Heritage gets it up to the top. Man, he had a lot of time up there. Did Coffee, I think that was. Sent down into the corner. A little bit of a lackadaisical defense by Heritage, but now it's Coffee's got another chance. He's going to regroup back behind his own. Oh, he fans on that clearing attempt. 3 Heritage kids are there. But Coffee ends up with it, puts it back behind King. King up to Deep, gets off of his stick. And it looks like Fisher could not collect that one either. He finally backhands that one up to those Heritage defenders. And now number 12 brings it in. Nice aggressive play to get it in. Brings Bevan's stick in with it. Fortunately, it's not broken. Cross-ice pass. That is a dangerous cross-ice pass by Coffee. It's the right idea, but not enough mustard, or the angling was slightly off. Fisher regroups back behind the net, and that one's intercepted too. Heritage, good job getting their sticks in the way. Now they're seeming to regroup. They get it up top for the shot. Screen shot. Jordan goes down, doesn't make it to him. Now they try and get it out, and they do. And that's some suspect-looking play there for Valor after some good domination. A little bit loose on some clearing attempts, but they do get it out. 13:25 left first period, and the boys are nursing a 1-0 lead. Canapari is now out there on center with another tandem. This looks like Purchase and Gogol and Bevan. All right. There's Purchase. Oh, he tries the outlet pass to Bevan. Is the right idea. Just didn't quite connect. Majors gets dumped. Now we're going out. Bevan, he tries to pass. That's telegraphed, and that's broken up. Got to be more careful. That's onside. Good play there, but Purchase forgets the puck, and now here comes Heritage going back the other direction. They make the line, send it back in relatively lazily. Bevan does get there first, and he is tied up, gets some help from Canapari. Canapari fishes out to himself. He's got no support. 3 Heritage kids are back. There's Purchase. Purchase takes some body, falls down, pops right back up, and he's good to go. Sent right back in on net by Heritage. Down deep, Gogol's going to regroup. He's got some time, head up play. There's Fisher again. He gets it through to Bodine. Bodine works, and he turns it over right at the blue line. Then he falls down. Here's Heritage going the other way. 2 defenders are back, though. Sent down in. Oh, King gets stick lifted. They're in front. Oh, my goodness. That kid was wide open on the back door. He didn't pass it to him. Shot score. And that's what sloppy play does for you. That was turned over by Bodine to start it, and then Heritage goes the other direction. A couple of failed clearing attempts, and just like that, sloppy play gets the best of Valor. And a soft shot from the point with 5 people in front of the net screening. And Georgia did not see that. A good deflection, I think, on that, but that's some sloppy play. You can't take this team lightly. You got to play hard, playoff hockey, and that was not the best sequence. Fisher wins the draw back to King. King makes a line, sends it in. Bodine gives chase. He's back behind the net. Turns, passes, and he fans on that one, too. Sent back down into the corner. There's Maddox with it. Looking to Bodine. Takes 3 seconds to get the shot off and sends it right into the middle of the goalie's chest. Maddox will try it again. He circles. Kid falls down. He fans on it, does Maddox. Regroups one time. Stick counts the run. Goes high off the mask. Maddox still working. It's like they're on a power play. He's looking for somebody to pass to. Leaves it for Coffey. Coffey goes wide. Everyone's circling. Chips it up. No one's there. Fisher sidewinds out of there. Caught up in his stick. He's looking for a pass. Sends down low. Low angle shot by Maddox. That wasn't the play either. And then King can't play, and he sends it back in offsides. Oh, my goodness. Some crazy activity there and some mishaps there. But now Heritage is going the other way. It's sent down in. Jordan's going to play it. Swats it around to the side. There's Sutter. He gets converged on by 2. Chipped out Baker. Can't quite get it out. Backhanded up to Deep. Deep up, that's intercepted, but there's Sutter to bail him out there. Pops out to Baker. He goes wide. Does he have an angle? Oh, he centers, and there was no. Sutter was tied up, and now Heritage is going back the other direction. Kid goes wide, goes right, cuts into the center. Good job by Deep to break that up. Kid falls down, and now here goes Deep. He doesn't have support quite yet. Makes the offensive line, goes wide with the move, looking for a pass. Center, good shot. There's Max. Another one. Plays it with a high stick. There's Deep. Big another save by that goalie. Bing, bang, bong. Several shots, and now that's just turned and fired all the way down. Good work by this line. Good pressure. Really good pressure by those boys there. And, man, I'll see if I can get the shot totals up because that is some really good job on the pressure. Wow. Draws one back, controlled. There's Bevan battling back behind. Tarbert goes for a centering pass. Purchase was there, couldn't quite get it through. Still working down the side. Centering pass goes right to Heritage. Good idea by Bevan. Winded back the other direction by Heritage. Purchase is there to intercept. Bevan, good stick work there to intercept. Now Purchase is in the corner. Spins off one. Good, tries to hit Bevan. Bevan swings, misses. Back up to Majors. Shot. Glove goes just off the glove. And, oh, that would have been nice to see Majors with his first goal, I think. Good work there by that line, too. So some good pressure. Maybe the boys got up talking to. As if I was behind the bench, I would have given him a talking to. Now we got Canapari out there with Maddox and Bodine. Draws one by Heritage, sent back down around the corner. Now here comes Heritage. Oh, look at Maddox get back. Good back check. Bodine's back too. Swats at it. Sent back in. Jordan's going to play it. Sweep to the side to Foy. He's there with McKinnon. McKinnon has some time. He fans on it too. Maybe that puck is sticking. It seems like it is sticking a little bit. Maddox, good change of direction. Now he needs some breakout help. Gets it to Canapari. Canapari in the center of the ice. Needs some support. Makes it, he gets it in. There's Maddox, and the puck is loose. They don't quite, they do get it out. McKinnon shovels it back in. Now the boys are going to go for a change. Bodine on the forecheck. Gets through him. Chipped down in by Heritage. Foy will get there first. Played back behind the net to McKinnon. McKinnon looks up, tries to get up to Dawson. That puck does not slide, though. It's like it's stuck. Good body by Fisher. Says, I want that puck, and he gets that puck. McKinnon goes for some check, and that is another attempted shot from the point. Another deflection, and that one's on. They finally clear those players out in front of the net. You've got to do that to give Jordan that support. Good job by Fish. That's Bodine still out there. He hasn't gotten off the ice yet for a change. I thought he changed a long time ago. Now here's Dawson. Dawson turns, fires. He needs some support. Doesn't have it yet. Foy, good outlet pass to Fish. Fish looks for people to join him. No one joins him yet. He's on his back. Puck is sent up. Heritage makes a line. Good job by Deep to give him some pressure. Dawson regroups, cross-ice pass, tries to connect with Deep, goes through his stick. Fundamentals, you got to have that stick down and collect those passes. King will look. He gets it, and now the boys start to break out. Dawson passed pretty in close to Fish, and that's off of Coffey's stick. The puck is definitely sticking a bit more, I think, than it typically would. Good job by Baker on the camera work, too. I'm watching how astute he is and paying attention to that camera. Back to Bevan. Bevan turns, has some time up to Purchase. Purchase makes the zone. Oh, tried to get it for a streaking Bevan. Good play by Perch, but he just couldn't connect. Bevan spins around, tried to get one set up. Good job by Tarbert to keep it in, but now it's finally chipped out by the Heritage folks. Sent in by King with some authority down into the corner. The boys go for the chase. Number 21, that lady, she's got it, and she can't quite get it out. Bevan intercepts. Purchase still working in the corner. Backhands it up to Tarbert. Oh, no! I thought that was in. It goes just wide. Good play by Tarbert, though. Man, good one-touch backhander by Tarbert. Caden Tarbert on that one. Cross-ice pass. D-to-D. There's King. Oh, he forgets the puck. Puck just stuck again. Makes some space for himself. Shot off the shin and did not get it through. But good job by King making some space and giving a shot. Sent back down in. Icing is called off. Had very few stoppage so far, and that puck is stuck. Coffey has some time, and he's going to skate the open ice that he's given. Still got that open ice, but he forgets the puck. It sticks to the side again. Now, puck ends up. He's got to look with his head up, and that's Baker. I think Baker up to number 2, Majors. Majors, another one, sends out high. I think that was deflected. Gogol sends it back in around. Majors gets there, and now there's Baker, tries to get up to Bodine, draws a foul, and there's our first penalty. And now we'll get to see the Valor Screaming Eagles go on their first power play of the evening. 6:29 left, first period. A long stretch there without any whistles. Now we'll see what the makeup and the composition is of this power play unit. Had some good puck movement, some of the last PPs and some questionable ones, but you can tell they're still trying to feel out the lines, seeing several different combinations. And now we've got Fisher out there. Draws one by Heritage. They turn, try and get it out, and death pass Maddox goes all the way down. There's Jordan. He'll play it. Number 11 from Heritage is on the forecheck. It's sent back to Bodine, and he's got some space, and he's going to leave it for Maddox. Maddox has some space. See if he gets zone entry. Very easily, he goes wide. Now see if he can set it up. Spins around one. Backhands it up to Bodine. He has some space, and he gets it up to Maddox. Over to Deep. To Maddox. Down low. Tries to get brother Dawson. Takes a funky bounce, and now it's loose, and now Heritage is trying to clear. Doesn't. Oh, Maddox. Oh, no. Now they're on a break. Here comes number 11. Look at that back check by Deep. Save Jordan! And now see the boys can go the other direction. They've got numbers. Dawson can't play. It goes right through his stick. Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Maddox blows a tire on the blue line. Number 11 from Heritage. And man, I'll tell you, Deep was skating like crazy to get back. He almost caught up, and a great save by Jordan. And then they had the numbers going the other direction. They couldn't quite get it, and that was ice. Bodine with that stretch pass to Dawson. Now we'll try number 2. They had some great plays. Aggressive forecheck here by Heritage. McKinnon's got some space and some speed, but oh no, off of Tarbert's skate. He can't control. And now they're loose again. Now let's see Baker. He has some time and some space, and what does he do with it? Winds through the center, gets the inlet, gets it into Bevan. Bevan makes the zone, sends it down low to Joey. Oh, but then he loses it. They can't set the play up. It's some stick hand. The boys need to set up the umbrella. Comes back out to Tarbert. 36 seconds left in the power play. 5 minutes left in the first period. 1-1. Now Tarbert comes up the side. He makes his zone relatively easy. Swing and a miss by the Heritage kids. Sent all the way back around. There's Sutter. And he sends it back around. He had a little bit of space, and then that's misplayed down there by Bevan. And then Heritage turns and fires that one down. So this first power play is a powerless play. So here comes Tarbert. Tarbert cross-ice pass. Now Dawson has some speed and some space. He makes the zone, sends it, glove down. And that power play, I'm not so sure there was a shot off, and that did not look very much pressure there. Some of the previous sequences when they had the boys in there on the 5-on-5 looked a little bit stronger than that. And now 4:27 left, first period. And you do not want to let these teams hang around. They've got to score goals and goals, goals, goals. King tries to send it in. He misplays it. Now it's going the other direction. Swatted at by Coffey. And it bounces over Dawson's stick. Canapari gets to it. He sends it back down in. Heritage is there, but the speed of Dawson. Good work there by Dawson battling for that puck. Turns and fires. Not on net, bouncing puck. Good try by Canapari to tee one up. Couldn't. Plenty of time. Centered, but that does not connect. Good stop by Perch, I think that was, and that's sent out clear. There's King. Cross ice to Coffey. Coffey sends it back into the boot of the Heritage kid, and now he'll turn, circle back around. There's Purchase with the pressure. Good job there. King's going to be the first one back to there. 1-1, 3 minutes left in this first period. Heritage is there first. Kicked up, kicked in, and now it's back down in. Heritage gets there first, wins the race to the puck. Coffey has nobody to pass to. The boys are still out there, been out there forever on this line. Coffey cross-ice pass does not connect with Bodine, and that is another ice. Holy cow. 3:12 left, first period, 1-1. We're trying another combination here. Baker, Bodine, and Maddox. Draws one by Heritage. They send it up top. Chipped in. There's Joey. Stick handles around. Outlet pass. Gets it up to Maddox. Maddox has open. He's got Bodine in the center. Maddox shot. Oh, sharp angle shot is actually on goal, and that goalie saves it with his head. Pretty good shot by Maddox, actually. Sharp angle. And that one's hard to get on net, but he did. And it was a good save by that goalie. So 2:57 left, first period, 1-1. Certainly the ice is lops. Oh, Baker to himself. Shot, score! What a play! Baker face off to himself. Set play to Maddox. That was a sweet play. They had planned that, worked on that one in practice. Baker didn't try to win that one back. Just punched it forward, and Maddox broke straight for the net. Good cross-ice pass by Baker to Maddox, and he finishes off 2-1, 2:54 left, first period. And that's what the boys needed. Get some goal and try and create some space. These, like I said, these quarterfinal playoff games, anything can happen. Bad bounces, goalie stands on his head, and got to keep the pressure up. Heritage sends it in, flips it in high. Off of Foy's glove. Wins the race to get there. There's Fisher. Fisher up to Dawson. He's going to regroup, try and go the other direction. He's got some time to make a decision. Good stick by Heritage to get in the way. Chopped out by Deep. Sent back into the Heritage. Oh, no, that's a turnover. There's Deep space. Then he is taken down. And the net's off the moorings, and that's a great interception. Good job by Deep to jump that play. So the boys will go back on the power play. Let's see if this power play has some mustard. The last power play was extremely suspect. 2:29 left, first period. 2-1 Valors. I'm trying to get the shot totals up. Shots are 11-5. It's not terribly lopsided, but the boys certainly with an advantage. PP1 units out there for now. See if they can set it up. Fisher wins the draw back to Maddox. He's going to set up shop. He's got a spot. Goes down low to Dawson. There's Deep. Deep back to Dawson in close quarters. Want to kind of spread it out, boys. Maddox tries to create some space. He circles back around. Deep down low to Dawson. Tries to backhand. Score! Dawson Charles, first goal of the CPHL season, and that was it. A nice, cute little backhand. I don't think the goalie expected that one. And Dawson, I was talking to him the other day, he hadn't scored a goal, I think, since the quarterfinals in Chassa. And he makes his next goal in the quarterfinals of the CPHL. So the boys have now opened up a 2-goal lead, 3-1 with 2:10 left in the first period. And just like that, about 15 seconds into that power play, they show the power. Boys control. Good job by Bevan. Gains control. Stick lift. Oh, my goodness. And he passes it back behind the forwards who were going hard to the net. That's where you like Bevan to actually skate. It's a good and selfish play, but he had a little bit more space. Easy for me to say from up here in the booth. Attempts a cross-ice pass, and that's intercepted. Chopped in by Purchase, and now it's going back down into the corner. Canapari gets there, and it's, good stick by Bevan. He gets there too. Man, is he working hard this shift. Bevan turns around. 4 guys in close counter. Bevan comes out with it. Needs some support. Nobody's there, and he gets bodied off that one. And but he's still working. Look at that. Bevan with another stick to keep control of it. He gets some support. Now Purchase comes in for the help. Tries to backhand one in. Good job sending it down in where Canapari had just vacated, however. And there's Bevan again on the forecheck. Heritage tries to make it out, but they can. There's Canapari, backhands it in, bad bounce, oh no, Bevan again tries to go to Purchase. Purchase is right-handed, and that was a left-handed player. Sent all the way back down in. 1 minute left in the first period. Controlled by Bodine. He tries a cross-ice pass and hits it directly into the Heritage person. And now it's broken up. A good job by Baker to be there and get it past outlet to Bodine, out of his reach, but he does tip it in. Now he's on the forecheck. It's sent down in, sent around. Sutter tries to get there. These lines are all mixed up. There's Bodine. He controls, sends it all the way up top. Coffee, cross ice. Oh, my goodness gracious. King tries a one-timer, and it's probably 10 feet wide. Bodine gets some space. Off the post. Good work to create a shot. Sends it off the post. 24 seconds left. Good job bodying through that as Sutter kicks it up to himself, gets some support from Baker. Baker looks for some help, sends it up top to Coffee. Low shot, looking for a deflection. Good shot, 13 seconds left. King backhands it up. Baker still tries to get it up to streaking Bodine, but now Heritage clears his own. Baker's got 5 seconds left, tries to go through the wickets, doesn't quite make it, and that should do it for the second period. And that is a little bit better, I would say a lot better performance. If the boys would have played like that the entire game, it'd be about 30-1 instead of 3-1. That's the way you finish a period. Just when we're talking about needing to put some space between them on the scoreboard, they do just that. And again, a shout out to John Baker on the camera work. Watching him following that puck, he looks like he should be videoing for the Avalanche. He might be doing that after this, but he has actually volunteered to help out with the camera work when we're in the away trip that we have coming up. But let's see if we can get some stats here. 13 shots to 5. Let's see if we have a score on the Creek game. Nope, it looks like it's still tied, so it must be in overtime, and looks like yeah, we're probably in overtime on this game. It looks like a shootout. Can't tell quite what's going on here, but some kind of shootout. Looking at the stats, Creek with 52 shots in this game and Monarch with 22. So Creek is really seeming to peak at the right time here too. Try and get back to you with the update on that when we have a final, but it looks like they are in a shootout. I don't know what the rules are for that, but back to this game where the Screamin' Eagles over the Heritage Eagles, and now we're going from left to right as you'll see it on your TV screen. And we'll try out yet a different combination. Looks like we got Gabe Fisher with Maddox, and Deep draws one back. Chipped up to Maddox. He makes the zone. Leaves it for Deep. Deep tries to center. Nobody's there except for several Heritage people. Backhanded up. Chips through Major stick. Good job by Majors, though, to body that one off. Maddox comes out with it. He chips up to center ice just out of deep stick. Heritage is now trying to regroup and organize the play, and they make the center line sent back in. Majors with the stick to knock it down. Sent up just out of Maddox reach. And that one, I think, is off. No, it's not offside. I thought it came out of the zone, but that it did not. Now Heritage looks like they're setting it up. Good pressure. Shot goes wide, but bouncing around. Good work there by Deep to come give some assistance. Players lost his stick. I think that's Gogol. He'll pause, regroup, and Maddox has seen enough, and he sends it down the length of the ice for an ice. So certainly maybe not the best start to the second period. We are about 1 minute in, and it's been all Heritage there. They dumped the puck in. The boys just could never quite get it out. Now we got Baker out there with Sutter and Bodine. Draws sent back. It's controlled by Heritage. Baker is working. Pops out to Baker. Now he's on the rush. Sends it back behind Bodine. Bodine forgets the puck, and now Heritage is going the other way. Oh, my goodness. Bodine comes out with it over to McKinnon. McKinnon makes some space, and now he's going to circle back behind the net. Cross ice. That's sent down. That's tipped, and now the boys are on the check. There's Bodine. Gets there with some support from Sutter. Rimmed all the way around. Up to McKinnon. Bodine tries a deflection. Pretty good shot by McKinnon. Goes all the way around. Bodine intercepts. He chips it up. Backhand Joey kicks it up. He didn't realize there was somebody behind him that had that support. Now here goes Heritage. They're trying to get it out, and they do get it past Sutter, but McKinnon intercepts. Now he's going the other direction. Has to wind through his plays, and Bodine does not get it deep enough. And now Heritage is going oh my goodness, that's a suspect line change, but Bodine does get off the ice. Major sends it up, and now Tarbert's on the chase. He had a good first few shifts. That first period, Tarbert gets there first, good speed. Needs some support, head up, looking for a pass, and he just winds it back behind the net. Purchase gets there. Purchase, good job winning that battle, but he needs some help there after winning that puck battle. Tarbert is still there too. Now it's back behind the net. Purchase battling for it back behind the net. Heritage comes out with it. Now they're content to just chip it all the way back down the end of the ice, and that will be an icing call. 14:22 left in the second period. And finally some good ozone pressure by the boys here, but no real sustained scoring opportunities quite yet. The period is still a little bit young. 14:22 left second period. Canapari draws one back by Maddox. He sends it in a little bit wide. Heritage tries to get it out. King keeps it in. Good job keeping it in as King sent back down in. Heritage gets there. Puck is loose in front. No, I thought that was in. Didn't quite go in. Now it's shoveled all the way back around. There's Coffey. He gets there, sends it up to Maddox. Maddox winds through one, creates some space, but sends it into the feet of King. Sent all the way back up. To top, there's Maddox like he's on the power play. Bounces over King. He turns and just backhands one up. King back over to Coffey. Coffey back to King. Can King keep it in? He does. He's got plenty of time, too. Legitimately like he's on a power play. Coffey gets through one. Backhand. Good shot by Coffey on that backhand. Creates some space and a nice backhand shot. And that's sent all the way back down. And that will be an icing. Now that is a little bit better pressure there. 13:30 left in the second period. 3-1 by the Valor Screaming Eagles. And now we have Baker out there with Max, Sutter, and Bodine. Gogol and Majors. Oh, draw was one. I think that puck was just sitting there. Majors sends it all the way back around, but goes too far around. Sutter, good battle, but he just can't quite get there. Gogol pops it down to himself. Good stick up to Baker. Sends it back in off the board. Majors gives chase. He gets there. Sends it back around to Gogol. These two played together. Gogol bounces off the body. Sutter's there for some support. So is Baker. Baker turns around, changes direction. Oh, no. Okay. Leaves it. And now we're trying, and that is a good play. That's offside. A little bit of some loose plays there in the neutral zone. and just could not quite assemble the breakout. 12:53 left, second period. Screaming Eagles have a 3-1 lead, and you just don't really feel comfortable in any of these high school playoff games. Now we got the Dawson brothers on this line together. And that is iced as they're going for that stretch pass. Try a face-off to the left of Jordan. Fish working with the two Charles brothers like they drew it up back at the backyard rink. Oh, my goodness, that was dangerous. Going for that stretch play. Oh, my goodness, and saved by Jordan. Has to make a stick save. Sent in. Puck is loose in front. Holy cow, what a save. And that was a great play by that Heritage kid, out-body MacKinnon, to get a stick on that puck. Now we're going the other direction. Maddox with some speed. Look at the speed. He goes wide. MacKinnon's joined up. Wide to, oh my goodness, that was NHL style there. Puck is loose. Good touch. Tic-tac-toe passes. Popped up to Maddox. Big shot. Save. He didn't get all of that one, but holy cow. That was some activity there. Holy moly, some good activity there. 12:10 left in the second period. Canapari slides in there with Purchase and Deep. Nope, that's Bevan and Deep. Draws one back by Heritage. Heritage turns, fires. Bevan was there, but he couldn't quite control it. Sent out. Good job by Coffey keeping it in. Dances at the line. Canapari knocks it down. Comes out to Coffey. Heads out to Bevan. He turns, fires. Can't quite get one teed up off the dasher. There we go. D to D. King surveys. Down low to Canapari, turns, oh, and it comes off his stick, just a roller, doesn't get it teed up. There's Deep going backwards, looking for something to do, winds around, shot, blocker, save, kicked out. We're still working. This is like, oh my goodness, and Canapari swing and misses. Sent back out, he can't quite clear the zone, and Heritage now somehow they have a, no they don't, good job blocking it out as Coffey. Now Bevan turns, going the other direction, pass to Deep. He makes his own. They've got three with them. People are tied up behind the play. I couldn't see what was going on. Now it's chipped up and all the way out. Puck rolls down and icing is waved off. So Jordan, oh my goodness, he falls, stumbles, stays with it. Dances away from it. Bevan up to King. King makes his own, and he backhands it back into the corner, back behind the net, and there's Purchase. Oh, that could have been a trip, but oh no, good job by Perch. Good stick battle. He stays with it, and he ends up with a puck. All the way up to King, to Coffey. Coffey shot, on net. Another save. Good shot by Tarver with the backhand attempt. Heritage just turns and fires it all the way back down, and that will be an ice. So after the first minute of the second period, all the action was down in the D zone. It's now been 100% O zone work. 10:34 left, second period. Screaming Eagles still with that 3-1 lead. Now we'll try yet another new line. We got Fish working with Maddox and Bodine. Popped out to Maddox. D to D, up to Gogol. Shot, glove, pretty routine shot. There was no traffic, nobody in front. Looked like some sort of set play, but nothing really connected. Face off closer to us, to the goalie's left side. Fish will enter the zone. Tries to win it to himself, out to Maddox. He circles, tries to make some space. Off to Gogol. Bodine with the deflection. Good shot by Gogol. I think Bodine might have got a stick on that deflection. Another shot on goal. Certainly dominating with puck possession and O-zone time. Fisher up to himself. They try that same play. Doesn't work. Maddox comes out with it. They need to respect him. Fish to himself. Gets bodied up. Puck gets loose. Bodine, a little late getting there, but there's Maddox. Good cross-ice pass to Gogol. He keeps it in. Puck's loose. Stopped by Fisher. Fisher spins around. Just out of Bodain's reach, but he has some time. Circles around, looking for some space. Good pass, centering pass to Maddox. Doesn't connect, goes back to Bodain. He bounces off a body. Gogol shoots one off of Fisher. Played down. Good job by Majors to battle there. Boys are back, though. Bodain comes back to play some D. Here comes Heritage. They make the zone. Good stick by Gogol to break it up. Now let's see if the boys can go the other direction. Here's Fisher up to Maddox. He's got a trailer to Bodain. Oh, Bodain threw his feet. Pops up now, a little bit loose, but Bodain recovers, sends it back in, and gets some body. And that is a nice. He didn't quite make the center line, I think, and it will go all the way down for an icing, but some more good pressure. Good puck control and a number of shots. 9:12 left in the second period. Shots are 23-6, so they're putting it on him in the shot department. Baker's out there working now with Max and Deep. Sent back down in. There's Sutter. He's given all the time in the world. Sutter's got some speed. He makes a zone with Deep. Look at the speed by Sutter, but the puck comes off his stick. Sends it back down in. He's looking for someone to pass to. Sutter's got Baker working back behind the net with him. Baker looking for a pass too. Gets a step to create some space. Gets pushed off of that. Pretty good body by that Heritage kid. Good job by Joe to stay with it. Deep shot saved by the goalie. Behind the play, Baker went down. I couldn't see what happened there. Good job by Sutter battling for that puck. Tied up in his feet. Baker comes in to help, and now it's back in the corner. Stay with it, boys. Heritage. And throws Joey's stick, and that will draw a penalty. And now we'll get to see the power play come out there again. See if we can get a score in that Creek game. I don't quite have an update on the Creek game. Not so sure what happened. Still says 2-2. I don't know if they're still in a shootout or what's going on. Oh, it looks like Creek lost after 20 shootouts. Holy cow, that is a brutal loss. Yeah, updating the fans. Creek lost, so Monarchs moving on. So Monarch plays the winner of this game. Oh, good job by Maddox to knock that down. Now let's see if the boys can set the power play up. Maddox cross-ice pass to Dawson, chips it up and not in, chips it right into that kid. Now he blows a tire, does Maddox. Now Maddox makes the zone. Maddox has some players with him. He gets sealed off. Maddox is strong kids. He's taking some body. Dawson helps him. 4 kids come in to help out. Bodain comes out with it. Sends it all the way back down in. Pretty hard pass when nobody's even there. They come out with it, does Heritage. Oh, and they fumble on that one. See if the boys can get it set up. Finally, they do. Dawson has some time. Set it up. Take your time there. Good patience by Dawson. Good patience there up to Deep. Dawson gets knocked down. That could have been an interference. Kind of a light play, though. Maddox over to Bodain. He has plenty of space. Score! They give Bodain about 30 strides, and he takes 27 of them, skates in, and goes short side, top corner. And there's a power play goal. Maddox to Bodain goes short side, top corner. Great play there. He had 5 or 6 places to shoot, but great job picking that corner. When you've got that open net, you've got to hit it, and he did just that. 4-1. Good job by the boys again on the power play. Good job. I'm going to revert back to when Dawson had that patience. The puck popped out to Dawson, and he was a little bit discombobulated, but he took his time. He had the patience. He settled it down. He set up the power play, and just like that, good puck movement, and that produces a goal. Now here we go, Heritage. They just turn and go the other direction, just turn and panic, pass out. King gets there first. D-to-D pass to Coffey. Bevan goes cross ice. Good idea up the Purchase. Purchase gets pushed off it, and that is a delayed offside. Canapari might not have seen that, and that play is whistled offside. 6:56 left. Second period, and the Screaming Eagles with the good 4-1 lead. So a 3-goal lead, and I believe it is official that Monarch has taken care of Creek. And so, again, the winner of this game will play against Monarch tomorrow. I'm not so sure of the time, and East will play against the winner of the NoCo versus Regis game, where that game is going on way up north. I don't envy the people that made that drive. Good job by Majors to outleg that one. Leaves it for Gogol. Gogol, one touch pass to Sutter. He chips it in. Good job by Deep on the forecheck. Man, Deep skated with a lot of energy there. Sends it across to Sutter. Sutter makes his own. Tries to center it. There's Baker. He's come onto the ice and leaves the puck. Sent back up to Heritage. Now it pops out to Deep. Turn, fires to Joey. He's right there. Good job stopping that play, actually, and redirecting that. He's got some time, does Joe, back behind the net. Get some support. Good job by Max to come in and provide some support there, too. Now he's got some time like the boys are on a power play. Sends it down to Joey. Now someone's got a break. Good job by Joey. Spins out of danger's way and gets it over to Max, but he was a little bit tied up in that small phone booth there. Pops out to Tanner Majors. Sorry, that's Gogol. Gogol up to Sutter. Sutter's got numbers if he hurries. He's got Joey with him. Oh, he shoots it on net, gloved off. Good backhand shot by Tarbert. Good quick shot by Tarbert. Baker still working down in the corner. Good job. He's bodied off it. Good job shielding and keeping control of that puck as Baker. Oh, my goodness. And they call a penalty on that when Sutter gets pushed down, and I don't know about that, actually. That looked to me like a pretty good play. Just a good physical play. I don't know what they called. Maybe a hook or a... I'm not so sure what that was, actually. That actually looked like a pretty good defensive play. But whatever the case, we'll get to see the boys go back on the power play. 5:31 left, second period. Goal here gives that nice 4-goal lead, and there we go. There's the nice control of the puck. Deep up to Maddox, and Maddox Charles land shot. Puck's loose in front to Bodine. Puck's loose. Can't tell where the puck is. Not sure if it's in the goal or where it is. Not sure. Oh, no, the puck was there. No goal. Goalie just giving them some space. Good job by Valor to stay out of the penalty box. I'm looking over there. Ryan Sutter, he hasn't had to get on from his perch in the penalty box to let anybody in. Draws one back to Maddox. Cross ice to Deep. Deep sets up to Maddox. Maddox has some time. Shot looking for a deflection. Good job by Bodine off his leg, keeping it in. All right, keep your heads about you, boys. 5:06 left, second period. 1:35 left in the penalty. Good job by Fish in that faceoff circle winning the draws. Oh, it's kicked up. And just as I said that, there's Heritage, wins the draw back, and they send it all the way back down. So now we'll get to see the zone entry. A good time to test this when they're playing against some of those tougher teams. Really need to work on this. Oh, good job. Maddox just blows right through that. The speed and the strength up to Fisher. See if he can set something up. Send all the way back around. Good job. Sends it up to Deep. Now they can set it up. Deep. Oh, no. Sends it to Dawson. He misplays it. Gets some support from Fisher. Comes to Bodine. Bodine pops it up to Fish. Good job salvaging the play. Dawson rolls around one. Tries to get one up. He turns. Fanned on it. Oh, but they still do manage to get it out. Maddox, let's see if he can organize it. He has some space. Cross ice to Bodine. Bodine up to Maddox. Winds around one. Oh, no. Tries to backhand leave to Bro, and he can't. Send up. Oh, there's Joey. Just out of his range, but, oh, they don't get it through. Good job by Tarbert again. It pops up to Dawson. Down low to Joe. Up to Dawson. Oh, no, he fans on it, but it comes out. A little bit of trouble keeping on his stick. He does go around. There's another penalty. That's going to be a slash of sorts. Oh, no. Tarbert can't keep it in. Goalie leaves. Bring on the extra attacker. Good job by MacKinnon. 3:36 left, and now someone comes out of the bench. There we go. Baker makes the line and comes in offsides. That looked a little bit disorganized. They had an extra attacker for a while. They're trying to play with the two-man advantage, and as it was, it I think that was a slash they got one of those Heritage kids for, and we'll get to see the next power play unit come on. Not the best work by that first power play unit. Some good puck movement. I think Dawson took a shot from the point, which I wouldn't say was totally ill-advised, but I've certainly seen him skate that in with a little more space and shoot with a little more opening there. But let's see what the second line can do. We're going to take a little break. See the ref stops the play. He's talking back there with the players on the bench. He circles back around. I'm not quite so sure what's going on. Coaches John about something. I'm not really sure. Some stoppage. That ref doesn't like something that he's hearing. He's asking that kid if he's done. And I think that and there's something just happened. That kid just would not. This kid could not keep his mouth shut. I'm not so sure what happened there. And they're just going to keep sending him into the box. I'm not quite so sure what's going on here. And then another kid goes in. I'm trying to give you an update on what this is. The first one was a slashing right at the end of that power play. If anything, gives the boys a little bit of time to rest. I'll give you an update on what those penalties are when they update the score sheet. I think there's going to be one penalty and probably some sort of unsportsmanlike conduct, but I think we will play 5-on-4. Looks a little bit of confusion here, and we are playing 5-on-3, so it looks like we've got an unsportsmanlike conduct is the other penalty, and I believe a 10-minute major. I'm not so sure what happened, but Heritage wins the draw and flips it out, so we'll have a 5-on-3 two-man advantage for a minute 52 now. Here's MacKinnon, sends it up to Bevan off of his stick, but he makes the zone. They got a 5-on-3. Let's see him set it up. Goes back up top. Tarbert up to MacKinnon. MacKinnon goes all the way in, shot, pips out, and the puck is loose, bang and bang and bong, and couldn't quite get it in. Several people cranking at it there right in front of the net. Comes back out to MacKinnon, 1:26 left on a two-man advantage. There's Tarbert, shot, that one saved too. Good shot by Tarbert. Flipped back around Sutter with not enough conviction. Now Tarbert's going to send it all the way back around. There's Baker to get there. Let's see what he can set up. Minute 10 left. He has to just jam it back around. Puck's caught up in the boards. Good job by Bevan shaking off that body. 1 minute left. Oh, MacKinnon shot deflection. Looking for a deflection by Bevan in front. Good job by Baker to get his stick in there to keep the puck in. MacKinnon dances at the blue line. Plenty of open people. Tarbert shot from the point. And now it's just flipped all the way down at shots from the point when they have plenty of job to get some screens and stuff. Now we'll try this other assembly. Here's Maddox. He makes a line. Gets in. He just sends one in. I'm not so sure about that shot selection either. He can't quite get it out. Now let's see if they can send it up. Maddox is going to set it up. The boys arrange. Over to Fisher. Up to Maddox. Shot off the goalie's face. It was on net, though. 19 seconds left in this two-man advantage. To Maddox again. Oh, my goodness. Good pass to Dawson. He fans on it. Over 10 seconds left. Oh, my goodness. Gabe didn't look up in time. Bodine was wide open. Backhand tries to get it up to Dawson. Good speed by Maddox. One more rush on it. Fish another time. Doesn't look up in time. Oh, my goodness gracious. And he can't get it up. No shots on net. With the 5-on-3, my goodness gracious. And now we're playing 5-on-5 hockey. Bodine pitchforks it back in to Deep. Deep sends it back down into Fisher. Fisher to Deep. Deep down low, tries to stick it to Bodine. Now it's tipped back up in. Fisher still working with it. Holy moly, 1 minute left in the second period. Fishborough looks up for somebody to pass to. Cross-eyes all the way back down into the corner by Maddox. Purchase gets there, backhands it to Deep. Deep still out there. He passes it to center, but nobody's in the center. Heritage finally gets there. Canapari intercepts, pitched back out to Coffey. Dawson's calling for it. He's still on the ice. He tries to stick handle through, and that one goes wide. Good job bodying off that one. Purchase is there. Purchase working back behind the net. 30 seconds left in the game, and there's a trip. Canapari trips. The crowd cheers, and the boys will go on the PK. So that was some interesting play there. I don't know the last time I saw 5-on-3 for 2 full minutes. Some okay puck movement, but those shots from the point, it seems like there you want to go down to one of those people by the net for that backdoor play. But Maddox knows what he's doing up there, so I'll defer to him on the choices there. One shot was off a mask, one was off the side, but whatever the case, no goals are the result of that, and now the boys are on the PK. Heritage will set it up. They set up the umbrella. We got Fisher, and there's number 11. Oh, number 11 tries to stick handle around one. Coffee almost trips him on that one, too. Now 11 fans on one. 5 seconds left. 4 seconds. Good catch-up stick by Coffee to break that one up. And holy cow, and that one will do it. So 4-1 after 2 periods. Try and get some final tallies. Some shot totals. Oh my goodness, 35-6. So they got right out there with a 6. I don't quite understand that. They go off for the ZAM. Sometimes you see the teams look at each other like, hey, do you want to ZAM it? And sometimes they don't. But as it is, we'll take a ZAM and we'll take a break. And I'm looking over at John. He seems exhausted running the camera over here. So I think that John Baker is going to need this break more than me or any of the players might need. So we're going to put this one on mute, and we'll be right back with you in about 10 minutes. All right, and we are back from the ZAM. Little break to catch the bottom of the 9th inning. The Dodgers prevailed in the bottom of the 9th. Sorry, the Blue Jays were unable to score with runners on second and third with no outs in the bottom of the 9th. So the Dodgers prevailed. And we will start this third period with a 4-1 lead and on the penalty kill. So again, some stats there after that first 2 periods, pre-intermission. Pretty commanding lead by the Screaming Eagles. 35 shots to 6, but they are on the PK now. One more period to keep the lead, and we'll be awaiting the Monarch team in the semifinals. Rather, Monarch is awaiting the winner of this game. Draws one back, MacKinnon says to regroup, gets it off the back, and Maddox will just send and turn it away, and Gabe is now on the forecheck, but here comes Heritage with some speed, make the zone. Kittle bounces off of him. Puck comes out to Gogol. He's got some time, and he's going to turn and fire it down. And there's Maddox on the forecheck. Good pressure by Maddox. He waits. Oh, and that puck is sticky. I remember talking to Maddox about that. When the puck's sticking like that, it's a little bit harder to keep it under control. But now it pops out, and it sticks again. Gabe, one to beat, bounces off one, goes wide. He's going to send it back behind to himself. Dawson's come onto the ice, and Gabe's going to take some time, burn up some more penalty. Good smart play by Gabe there. Good job. Sends it back to King. King turns and sends it back to Fish, and he's going to send it off the board, and he's going to spin off for a change. Heritage makes the zone. Dawson and Bodine are now on this penalty kill, and there's King, gets it up to a streaking Dawson. Dawson gets there first, spins around. Bodine's actually posted up in front on the PK, and the penalty is called, and looks like they'll play 4-on-4. That's a trip, and some of the opposing fans didn't like it, but looked like a pretty straightforward call. Dawson got tripped down behind a rough. They're calling a rough. 15:34 left third period. Will be 4-on-4 for 11 seconds, and then go on the man advantage for almost a full PP, so a minute 50. So we'll start with 4 forwards. Deep out there with Dawson, Maddox, and Bauer Bodine. Draws one back. Bodine chips it back out to Maddox. He just backhands it up. Bodine ends up with it. Goes cross ice. Plenty of time for deep. Tries to go back door to Dawson. Doesn't connect with it. Dawson gets a little bit caught up behind. It's just sent out. Pretty good play by Heritage, knowing that there was no ice, and Gabe Fisher's back there. Now the boys are going to regroup. Here comes Maddox with some speed. Drop for Bodine. Bodine has some speed, makes a neutral zone. He's going to back it off, leave it to Gabe, and now they set it up. Sets it up to Maddox. Maddox is going to resume his office. Goes to Bodine. Bodine dashes around, looks for some space. Direction. Oh, good deflection shot there. Good play by Bodine. Looking for the deflection there from Maddox. Bodine's going to try it again. Down low to Maddox. Maddox is going to regroup. Cross ice to Maddox. That's Dawson to Maddox. Score! Good work there. I think that's Bodine to Dawson to Maddox. And there's a power play goal to open it up a little further. That was a 5-hole job, I think. That was Dawson to Maddox. Bro to bro. And that is a power play goal. 5-1 Screaming Eagles. 14:41 left in the third. So maintain this lead. Keep playing good, smart hockey. Don't do anything stupid. And you should see Monarch tomorrow in the semis. Kicks out to Kanapari. Good job bodying by Purchase to give himself a little bit of space. And Heritage is now going to turn. They try and get it out, and they do. Good play by Gogol. He was sort of in that no man's land. Should I go or should I stay? And he decided to stay versus chancing it and trying to keep it in. But another good play there by Tanner Majors. That one is sent all the way back up to Heritage, and they're going to try and regroup and organize the play. One of those lady players on it sends up. Pass doesn't connect. Chipped back by Bevan. A little bit of some close-in work. Bevan's got some space. But now needs somebody to pass to. Everyone was kind of crammed up on this near side of the ice. No one to pass to. Oh, and that Heritage kid didn't have the speed or the angle to break. Now it's a 1-on-5. He does get one on net, and that's their first shot on goal in probably about, 25 minutes of game time, I would have to say. And now some new boys spill onto the ice. We got Baker working with Tarbert and Sutter. Puck is sent back down in. Heritage is going to glove it down. Good job by Baker blocking that shot, but it kicked all the way back up, and then Tarbert gets in the way of that one. Foy backhands that around. Looking for Sutter. He tries to start with a running start, but the puck is left there. Popped up to the middle, but doesn't connect, and now the puck pops out into the neutral zone. And they try and go that stretch pass. Good job, intercepted it by Sutter, but he misplays the puck. I think the puck is sticking after that zam. Baker has no trouble getting around one, goes wide. Good wide stick move. Good backhand centering pass. Good attempt to Tarbert. Good job by Joey there to get some space. Turn fired. Good quick shot by Sutter. That one doesn't connect, but good hard shot and pressure by the boys here. We'll call that one an ice, and we'll go for an ozone faceoff. That's a little more like it with some good work there. Baker went wide on that last play. That backhand centering attempt, I think that was meant for Tarbert. And Tarbert close to getting that one on net, but I think it just rolled off, and then still working on that, and then Sutter with a good, quick, hard shot. Now we'll try deep working with Fish, and Maddox is out there centered back in front to deep. Good, quick shot. Two good, quick saves by that goalie. Fisher outbodies that one. He has plenty of space to decide what to do with it. Winds all the way around. Look at that space. Shot good. Save again by that goalie. My goodness gracious. Fisher with all the time in the world. They gave him that ice, and he took it gladly and gets a really good scoring opportunity off of it. Bounce out. Oh, MacKinnon sends it back to Jordan. A little bit of a risky play. Now it's sent into the neutral zone. Here comes Deep with some speed. Cross ice all the way over to Gabe. Goes past Maddox to Gabe. Gabe, little stutter step, juke move. Good job. Makes a little bit of, got that big body of Gabe. Good hard shot, but Dawson just wide on that attempt. It's the right idea. Good dance move by MacKinnon. He shot pad save there. Dawson gets around one. Good stick there. Good no-look shot, and that one's on goal. Pretty good shift there by Dawson. Several shots that one. I could see what he was looking at from up here. We had the perfect vantage point. He's trying to go wide on that shot, and just a little bit wide of the goal. I think I was thinking that was Maddox and that was Dawson the whole time there. Dawson's certainly bigger this year than last year. Canapari centering Maddox and Bodine. Draws one back to King. He has some space. It's an overload on that side. Bodine's crowding Maddox, or that's Canapari he's crowding, but recovers. He's going to send it all the way back down in. Somebody gives chase, and that's Maddox. Good job coming out with his Maddox, looking for somebody to pass to. Maddox gets hauled down. No play, no penalty. Pops out to neutral. Oh, Coffey tries to backhand it around. It pops out, but good play to recover it. Now it pops out to Bodine. He's got some space. Goes all the way up the side. Good speed to get by. Spins around. Good leave there. Oh, there's Canapari score. Good job by Bodine. Stopping, change of direction. And Canapari, the trailer. Bodine passed to Canapari, and Canapari puts it in wide. 6-1 Valor. Good work there by the boys. Good speed by Bodine. Realizing he couldn't make that edge, so he just stopped with that little pull-up move and then circles back around, and Canapari with good speed and goes low glove to score. 11:07 left in the third period, and barring something strange, this should be a visit with Monarch in the semis. Good job by Max, working hard back behind the net. Popped out, no-look pass by this Heritage person, a panic pass. Pops out to Gogol. Gogol, good cross-ice pass to Tarber. Tarber's had a great game, too. Several good quick shots and good stick work, too. Good stick by Sutter to keep that one in. Heritage keeps it back behind the net, but nobody's back there to work on it with him. And popped out, sent all the way back wide. And there's Tarbert there covering both sides of the ice. Shot, maybe looking for a deflection, goes a little bit wide. Sutter's going to send it back down in. Bounces off that one. There's Tarbert still working, sends it back down behind. There's Majors. He comes up to provide some assistance. Puck pops out behind. Oh, and that's going to be a trip, and that's another trip, and that's Purchase gets a little bit frisky with that stick, and down goes the player. Purchase doesn't protest at all, skates straight to the box. .10:06 left, third period. Pretty comfortable 6-1 lead for the Screaming Eagles. Shots are 45-7, so they're certainly putting them on. See if Heritage can assemble the power play, and good chance for the boys to check out the PK unit. We got Deep working there with Bevan. Deep kind of got held back there. No call there. I'm fine with that. Keep the clock ticking. Heritage turns, see if they can set it up. Good play there by Foy to break it up. Deep goes in. He's got 3 on him. Gets past 1. Tries to go wide. Big, wide toe. Good body off that kid, too. Gets tied up on the boards, though. Deep is still working there on the pressure. Now that stretch pass and inexplicable. Oh, my goodness gracious. And just oh, my goodness gracious. I'm just glad that wasn't the final in Chassa, because I don't know. My heart might have stopped on what just happened. They're still working. Everyone's all out of sorts here. This is where you need an icing play. Just to glove it down. Oh, my goodness gracious. That just started where inexplicably the play is down on the side, and then somehow the player gets back in behind both defensemen. For some reason, they're cheating way up to center ice with a 5-goal lead on the PK. They let the kid in back behind him, and he's on a breakaway. And then Jordan goes out to play it, and like you see most amateur golfers, swings and misses at it. Unfortunately, it didn't go in for a goal. Whatever the case, now Bodine and looks like Dawson are out there on the PK, and there's 52 seconds left to kill. 8:56 left in this third period. King intercepts that and bounces off one. Now they make the zone. Good stick by Coffey to break that up. Good body, holds his position. Good job by Dawson to fish that one out. That one's on net. Bodine on the forecheck. Heritage is going to regroup behind their own net. Now they're going to try the breakout. It's where you just want to get in the way. Kid got a little loose with that play. That's where you wish that you had Jenkins and Maddox from that game. Oh, my goodness. And then Dawson's just going to turn and fire it all the way down. 10 seconds left. Good job by the boys killing that one. We're going to get Baker on the ice with Sutter. Power play is over in 3, 2, 1. We'll play some 5-on-5 hockey for the last, well, at least for the next foreseeable future. 8 minutes left in the third period. Pops right out to Sutter. Can he spin, go the other direction? He's racing down that far side. Gets past both kids down into the corner. Gets some support from Baker. Baker sets a little bit of a pick. There's Sutter. Winds all the way back around. Oh, good centering pass by Sutter. Good angling there. Up to Tarbert. And that one is deflected up into the net. 7:40 left, third period. Oh, my goodness. That goalie play was going to play that puck and just tried to shovel it out. Went right under his stick, and it went wide by just a fraction of an inch. All right, back to the matter at hand, and here they go. Heritage going the other direction. They have numbers. Gogol's back, gives up the shot. That shot is wide. Good play by Gogol. That player didn't have the angle. Jordan had come up to break that angle, and Gogol was playing the trailer. Puck gets caught up on the side of the net. Now it kicks out to Sutter. Outlet pass just out of Baker's stretched stick. Sutter gets there first, tips it back, and now Gogol back to Baker. Baker with some speed up that far side. He's got Sutter with him. 5 players come back. Baker bounces off one, gets intercepted. Oh, good job swinging to keep it in as Baker, and he doesn't get it out. Good play by Joey. Then Tarbert sends it back down in. Baker's still working on this shift. He looks pretty tired, though. Swings another stick and keeps it in again. Now Heritage is going to regroup behind there and makes a dangerous pass to nobody in the neutral zone. Now we'll get the new players on the ice and pops out. Now we got Kanapari working up there with Foy. Foy makes the zone. Foy goes wide. Defense playing offense. Bounces off that. Bodine goes up there to give some bother. Pops out. Bodine fishes it back out to McKinnon. McKinnon dances. Spins 1, 2. Right into that goalie's big old pad. Now it's sent back up. Foy gloves it down. Back down into the corner. There's Maddox playing it. Gets battled up. Good job by Foy keeping it out. Maddox, sharp angle. Back to Bodine. Spins around, stays up. Back to Maddox. Maddox is going to regroup. Someone needs to get open. Good job finding some opening. Sends it back to Maddox, and now it's just chipped out. There's McKinnon. He's got some speed. So, oh, good stick by McKinnon to break that one up and not draw a penalty. Great play by McKinnon. Puck's back down in the corner. 5:27 left in the game. 6-1 Valor. Pops out to Dawson. Dawson's now come onto the ice, comes up to Bodine. Bodine just chips it on up to Kanapari. He spins off for a change. Kanapari makes his own toe drags to himself, and Heritage was there. There's Dawson on the forecheck. Good work. Kanapari bounces off a couple. Deep turns and fires. King's there to get the loose change, and now he works his way up the half wall. Pops back out to Heritage. Now they're going for the outlet pass. Doesn't connect. Coffee spins back around up to Heritage. 4 or 5 Heritage people just all kind of hanging out. Looked like a wall of players going for the change. And now they organize and drop past there. And now they're going to try and go the other direction. Dawson on the good pressure job there. Gets some help from deep. Good job just menacing there. King, good job breaking that one up. And now here's Fisher. Haven't called that name in a while, and he gets it up to Dawson. Dawson spins off one, stays on his feet. Oh, good job, King. Good I see what he was trying to do. Tried to backhand. He knew that Fish was coming. Doesn't make it through. Fish takes a stick to the back, but bounces through. Then takes a stick to the face. Ref quick to call that one. Good call. Yeah, that was a high stick, that ref with a good call. 4:15. Hadn't had a whistle in a while. And we'll get to see the power play unit come out. And this is where you'd like to see give this PP2 unit some reps, and that's exactly what it looks like is happening. 4:15 left in the third period, and we'll draws one. Bevan controls, walks, reverses back behind the net. Not see it set him up. Needs some support. Chips it up to Baker. Baker with some time sends it into the ref. Bevan was caught up with the ref. Now they set it back up. There's Baker. He's up top going for a deflection, and that comes deflected up into the netting. So Joey must have seen something he liked down low and went for a kind of a soft shot, which those are easier to deflect. I couldn't see exactly what he was looking at, but it got intercepted. McKinnon dances. Joe's got another chance. Shot. Oh, good. That was right off the knob of the stick. Good quick shot there by Baker, though. That was painted on the net, but I think that goalie got one off the knob of the stick. Bevan working back behind the net. Pops out. Sutter takes some body. Good body by Sutter. Set it up. Work the puck, boys. Baker has some time. Up to McKinnon. McKinnon, little too. We need to be working the puck with passes, boys. There we go. Pass down to Bevan. He gets sealed off, and now there's some space there for Sutter. Baker was open back door, but Sutter didn't look up. McKinnon spins, dances a couple times. Max got another chance. Baker's trying to sneak in. Good job covering that back door, though, as that kid goes up top to Tarbert. Down low, back down low to Sutter. Man, he's given all kinds of space. Tries to go on net. Goalie tries to lay on it, and they're going to blow the whistle. Puck looked loose. You don't blame the ref there for the safety of the goalie for blowing that one dead, but it was definitely still going. It was that time with Sutter circled back around the net, and Joey had snuck in back door, but Sutter couldn't get it to him. Now we'll see the PP1 unit for the last 43 seconds of this. Draws one back to Maddox. Over there to Bodine. Bodine's going to take his time, regroup. That's a good play there to Patience, set it up deep. Maddox, Bodine. Oh, good pass down low to Dawson. Didn't get everything he wanted on it. Dawson back up top to Maddox. To deep. Oh, he's got some space. Doesn't connect and takes a ricochet. 17 seconds left, maybe one last rush. Leaves it for deep with some speed. Oh, sends it up to Fish. Wait for the players to join. Oh, my goodness. Yep, there we go. Set it up. Down low. Oh, and Dawson was just tied up. Pops out to Maddox. Maddox with some more time, too, and he's going to take his time. Sends it all the way back down. And good job by Jordan playing that one properly that time. Now it's sent all the way back down in. Jordan gets a little bit of stick handling activity. Good job by Maddox just ending the play and saying, let's get some good people on the ice, get our defenders back on. Dawson's still on there. Dawson takes his time. 6-1, Valor, 1:45 left, third period. Dawson takes his time, sends it up off of Bevan. Bevan's trying to get it out of zone. Fish still on the ice, and there's Dawson still on the ice too. Cross-ice pass connects, sent back down in. Dawson up to Bevan. Bevan got one to beat. Good pass. Passes it up to Canapari. Canapari spins off one. Now it's down behind the net. 1:15 left in the game. Good stick there by Canapari too to break that play up. Clearing attempt doesn't connect. Heritage is going to play a little bit of catch. The boys are still on the pressure. Good forecheck by the boys. They haven't given up. Good work staying with it. Heritage brings it in. Maybe one last rush. Majors tries to body him off. Pretty good size, that number 51. Definitely oversized on Majors there. Puck pops out. Bevan over to Purchase. Save, goalie. Good shot by Perch. Looking to go short side. Purchase looks cross ice. King was coming in. 30 seconds left in the game. Valor will be meeting Monarch tomorrow in the semifinals, so a tough test ahead of them. Monarch got the better of Valor the last time they played them earlier in the season. I don't remember if it was 2-1 or 3-2. Believe it was a 1-goal victory, and we'll have to wait and see the health status of Hoyt. I don't know how bad the sickness is, if it's just, say, a cold or it's something more serious or he's just resting. Be better for tomorrow's game, but as it is, some loose play there, but some really good sharp play too by the boys. Maybe call it a good warm-up game. 6-1 over the Heritage Eagles. Some loose play that you certainly wouldn't want to see him against Monarch or East or whoever they play in the in the semis. They'll be playing Monarch, and if they happen to get through onto the finals, more than likely going to be East. They're looking pretty good. As it is a 6-1, a special shout out again to John Baker. Great job. I was watching his video work, and for the most part, he just got to face it into the ozone of Valor when Valor was on the ice and they were on the PP or even 5-on-5. But good work by John Baker, and thanks. We'll have the full setup for tomorrow. Thanks for joining us, and I'll send out the links for the game tomorrow. Have a good evening, and back on the mic tomorrow evening.